It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Miami Heat. For the Heat, there are some echoes of their finish last season and what we're seeing this year. They're ninth in the East, very close to where they wound up a season ago. And the Miami Heat, retiring Shaq's number this past season. Shaq, tell us what that meant to you that night.
It was a tremendous honor. Some great memories playing in the Heat uniform. I can remember when I got traded from L.A. and I arrived there in the diesel truck and I just told the people I was going to bring them a championship. And I delivered. Shaq Stradamus did it again. The big Aristotle did it again. The big Miami Heat player did it again.
It looked like that huge jersey they raised to the rafters. Looks like you could still fit in it.
Yeah, I can.
Still fit in it. I think he can fit in it now. But, Shaq, you know, you helped him win that first championship, was impressive. And Pat Riley said it was the biggest acquisition that he's ever had in a Miami Heat uniform, because I don't think the other players would have followed suit that came down to Miami after you. Don't cry. I didn't mean to make you cry.
I think we were all
I do this all the time,
I think we were
man.
all a little emotional.
I make you cry all the time, man. You start crying and I start crying.
I know,
man.
and then when you guys
doing,
start,
man?
there's no way I get over it. Because we're so tight on this show, and when something good happens to one of us,
man.
it's like it happens to all
Would
of
you
us.
stop?
You're not supposed to cry in a video game.
Oh, man. Ridiculous. The kids are watching us going, what
It's
are they
almost
doing?
time to tip.
God, Jack.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. Is yours, is mine. Hey, look at the time. My God, so precious. Is yours, is mine.
We're broadcasting from Chicago as the Bulls get ready to take the hardwood here at the United Center. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from D.A. along the sideline all game long. For the Miami Heat, they are coming off a good outing against the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
It does. It keeps the crowd out of it. This is how you win on the road.
And two conference rivals, Steve, going head-to-head. Maybe a little extra animosity tonight here.
You know, Kevin, to describe it, they don't like each other. There will be no hugs, no handshakes. This is about compete, compete, compete.
Well, good, right? That's what you want to see.
Yeah, I don't like everybody all fluffy. Come out there and go at somebody.
No. Yeah, we even have competition here on the broadcast booth. Here,
I know.
I'm
elbowing you for that sandwich.
Oh, there's another elbow from Steve Smith. Thank you, Steve. I got it. I understand. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On the floor for Miami, Dragic and Waiters. They're the backcourt. Whiteside is out there with Winslow, and it's Richardson in at the small forward position. There's the double team from Whiteside. Here's Lopez, and he banks in the layup. Lopez has got the game going with his first points of the game for the Bulls.
And that soft touch of Lopez makes things easy for him down there.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Now here is Holiday. The shot will not fall. Excellent D there from Waiters. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. It goes on Denzel Valentine. Well, Greg, Justice Winslow had a year that he'd like to forget. His second season in the NBA, only played in the 18 games before sitting out the rest of the way after a torn labrum.
And we're just happy to see the young man back out on the floor so that he can continue to develop. Always a fantastic defender. And you forget, still a very young player who can round into a contributor, I believe, on offense.
He misses the free throw. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Well, last season there seemed to be a disjoint between the Bulls players and the coaching staff in the front office. Made for a lot of off-the-court distraction, it seemed like, Smitty, and took the wind out of their sails.
You're right. There were a lot of rumors and accusations going around as to why there was a rift. I can tell you this, when things are that sour, it is hard to focus on basketball. Hopefully the Bulls can put that behind them.
Now, here's Dunn after the miss from Goran Dragic, and so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Let's send it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Fred Hoiberg. Dave?
Kevin, he said that all 5 guys need to stay alert defensively at all times. They're playing a team where everybody can finish and everyone can throw it down. He said if you snooze for 1 second, those guys will run a back door and alley-oop on us. We have to be on our defensive game.
Thanks, David. Clock at 4. Holiday with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. The Bulls get it back in a new 24. They shoot again, and Whiteside sends it back. And here we go with Waiters running it up the court, and Waiters with the stuff.
And great hustle to turn that block shot into a fast break opportunity. Big time play on both ends.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 6 from the field. And Waiters over to help, and it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his first foul. And Waiters over to help. Lopez passes to Holiday. It's hauled in by Richardson.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded by Dragic. It's stolen by Dragic.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Special thanks to Under Armour for that sweet replay we just saw. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now, here's Dunn. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Clock at 6, and it goes out of bounds. That went off Dragic.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Hassan Whiteside. Just an incredible month of basketball. 3rd in rebounding, 6th in field goal percentage, and he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And as you said, one of the league's top 3 rebounders. He has an instinct for how the shot's going to come off that rim. That's special. And the want to corral it. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Look at the Heat. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season. And, of course, Chicago. They're 5 spots away.
And right now for Miami, that big splash they were hoping for to start the season just never evolved. I mean, they're stuck there in the middle of the pack.
It's not how you start, though. It's how you finish, right? So if they still got time to pull this all together and make some noise as the season goes along.
Here's Holiday. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
And I tell you what, Markkanen has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
Well, obviously, this was the strategy coming in. Feed him the rock and let him go to work.
Kicks it to Waiters. Fires from the corner, and he gets the jumper to drop. Waiters got his second bucket.
Whether it's scoring, passing, or just acting as a decoy, his value to this team cannot be understated.
And stolen by Richardson. In transition, here comes Miami. Shot on the wing. Bulls trail by 4. Done with it. Now guarded by Dragic. Markkanen dishes to Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Passes it to Dunn. This one for 3. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. In fourth, the Heat.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
Here's Dragic. It's hauled in by Dunn.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
Poke loose. It's stolen by Dragic. All alone. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Dunn kicks to Holiday. Deflects the pass. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Bulls trail by 6. Lopez a screen. Dunn kicks to Markkanen. And Winslow comes to help. Now here's Markkanen. He's covered closely. Valentine wide open. He fires. And again, no good by Chicago.
You think back when Fred Hoiberg was a player in the NBA, great shooter who had a strong knowledge of the game. Not too surprised he ended up as a coach.
And it's Dragic with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Here's Holiday. His last outing, he had 8 points. It's stolen by Dragic.
And thought that pass was going to get through, but no. All of a sudden, he was going the other way with the basketball. Oh, great ball movement there.
They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And Smitty, you and Hoiberg played against one another during your careers and even guarded each other, I think, from time to time. What was it like going up against a player like him?
You know, Kevin, he must have been real young because I'm so old. I don't even remember that. But I do know and remember Fred Hoiberg and watching him coach. He is a fast decision maker. Also would find space as a player. And you see some of his strengths as a player and how he designs his offense right now.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded by Dragic. Lopez kicks to Markkanen. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Markkanen's got 8 points.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
There's Dragic with the 3. Rebound by the Bulls. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and in that one they showed neither.
Also, they were late with their rotations for most of the evening, gave up a lot of easy points.
here's Dunn. Defense right on him. Markkanen passes to Dunn. He dishes it to Holiday. Connects from three-point range. Holiday's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. From 12 feet out. Another miss by Dragic.
He likes to work that in-between area, upset with himself that he couldn't connect.
Valentine kicks to Dunn. A three-pointer off the mark.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Whiteside. A second chance effort. Good on the bucket. And the Heat lead by 7.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Inside, it's deflected. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Dion Waiters. How last month turned out for him, he's putting up about 16 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Now here is Holiday. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Holiday's got 5. Johnson kicks to Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Dunn. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And it's the Heat on the break. Shoots from the right block. Olynyk can't hit. Bulls trail by 7. Dunn with it. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And once again, Dunn showing off his all-around game. Not just an incredible shooter, but an unreal finisher on the drive as well. And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard.
And probably the one constant of this Miami team the last few years has been their defense. They do a great job of making life difficult for opposing shooters, and it's been anchored by one of the best shot blockers in the game with Whiteside.
Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Olynyk inside. Lopez is there. Olynyk can't hit. The Bulls shooting just about an even 40% to start. Here's Valentine. Got a hand on it. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Waiters leading the charge. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. He's got 8.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Olynyk against Holiday. Lays it up off the glass.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And Johnson with the stuff.
This is a guy who knows how to orchestrate an offense. Terrific lead pass.
Johnson over to help. Lopez a screen. The pass to Portis. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Bulls shooting their first free throws of the game. The first one falls. Smitty's still the most electrifying play in the game, the slam dunk. For your money, who are the more phenomenal dunkers right now in the league?
Zach LaVine is at top of my list.
High flyer, you're right.
LeBron James, Aaron Gordon, those guys.
Antetokounmpo.
Yes. I mean, you talk about guys that are trying stuff that guys don't try in games. Those guys, Russell Westbrook, love to see more of these guys in the dunk contest. But Zach LaVine right now is at the top of my list.
He is. Olynyk can't hit.
Just doing the job on the backdoor.
Ellington defending. Pass to Portis. Fires the three. It's hauled in by the Heat. Last time they met was in Miami.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage. Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And Chicago has possession after the Heat pick up two. Olynyk with the steal. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. And now an 11-point Heat lead.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
It's tipped. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Chicago.
And they've got really good balance here. I mean, the three ball hadn't been the strongest weapon today for them, but I'd say keep the dose just about the same. Don't change the recipe. When you've got that open shot, you got to take it.
Johnson over to help, and stolen by Ellington. Lays it in off the breakaway. And the Heat lead by 13.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Guys, we've seen a lot of turnovers in this one.
Yeah, focus, focus, focus. Just make the simple play.
And here are the Bulls now. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Greg, you hear about the competitive culture that this Miami Heat franchise has.
Yeah, and that doesn't always work for some teams, but it works for the Heat. This group will push each other all the time to be the best they can be. The practices have a feel of game-level intensity.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. Grant, he's checked in for the Bulls. And he makes both free throws.
And for so long, the Bulls really were synonymous with the best defensive teams in the league. But as a team, they've started to slip the last few years. It's something that has been lost while this team kind of retools for the future.
Here's Grant, the Heat getting the bucket. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Over to the wing. Got a piece of it, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. To the paint. Here's Olynyk. Chicago grabs the miss.
How many times have you seen him do that? Losing focus on a simple lay-in.
Valentine with it. Johnson's there. Grant kicks to Valentine. Pass to Portis. Three-pointer. Got a piece of it. And so it's the Miami Heat. 13 points up at the end of the period. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. We'll return shortly. And forward James Johnson battled his way back into the league after some stints abroad. He talked about his approach to the game.
I play the game how it's supposed to be played. I play offense, I play defense, I rebound, steals, blocks. You know, I'm pretty much that guy who likes to work hard and don't want anybody to beat him out, you know, except the challenge.
That's exactly the kind of hard-nosed, old-school attitude that coaches just love.
Kevin, and so do his teammates. I mean, a guy like that brings out the best in everybody on that team. They just kind of feed off of his effort and desire.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a show, guys.
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
On the court for Miami here in the second, Olynyk is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Wayne Ellington, and it's Tyler Johnson, and it's Adebayo in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, that's 3 of their last 5 baskets in transition.
The Heat shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good. Smitty, we have a question sent in by a viewer. They want to know if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what food would you pick? And got anything for that?
You know what? Kevin, that's a good question. There's so many, especially my mom's cooking. But I'm going to go with shrimp fried rice. That's the one I think I would eat for the rest of my life.
For Miami, they have come up empty at the line so far in 3 attempts.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And probably the prime memories with the Heat have to be from the Big 3 era. I mean, the team has done a great job of transitioning from that era to this current one, but classic example for me of reloading versus rebuilding.
So Johnson hits 2 of them. And Greg, credit the Miami Heat front office and coaching staff for continuing to keep this team competitive despite losing several Hall of Fame type players in the last couple of years.
And that is never an easy task for a franchise to go through. But the Heat have stayed in the competitive picture with smart signings and trades, and don't discount the impact Eric Spoelstra has had on that roster.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Miami's Eric Spoelstra is known for his focus and his devotion to work. How does he stay centered? Yoga. He said, I like it because you have to keep your eyes on your own mat. If you're not focused on the spot in front of you, you'll fall over. And Kevin, that mindfulness translates across the board.
Mindfulness. That's an interesting way to look at things, D.A. Spo is a great communicator. Knows how to certainly get through to his team. And the technical free throw is good. Well, you think about the way the Bulls ended their season last year, snuck into the playoffs as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And in fact, Smitty, they jumped off to a 2-0 series lead, but then the reverse sweep happens to them.
Yeah, it did. Hard to say how deep they could have gone if they stayed healthy, but they almost put those Cinderella slippers on as an 8th seed. Losing Rondo, it hurt. This team just never looked the same in that series.
Well, Heat leading by 18. Adebayo passes to Olynyk. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
It's led to a big lead. Credit the leadership on this team. They've kept everyone focused on what matters.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Grant against Johnson. Back to Grant. Tries a three. That shot missing. And the Heat going the other way now. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And the basket by Olynyk.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
Chicago calls timeout. Without question, Kelly Olynyk displaying his skills today.
Yeah, because he's been killing them all night. They are struggling to find an answer. Well, one reason this Bulls team had such a tough time getting easy wins last year, it was their shooting. Second lowest made threes in the league. Just didn't have the personnel to make it happen.
Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. And then for Miami, Whiteside's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Winslow comes in for Johnson. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession. And for the Bulls and their poor shooting, had to trade some shooters mid-season as well. In fact, Smitty ended with the lowest effective field goal percentage in the NBA.
Not having shooters, that will do that to you. Overall, had a bottom 10 rated offense. For the offense they want to run, they are going to need better threats outside.
And Chicago has possession. After the miss from Goran Dragic, Grant gets a wide open look. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And so the ball's out of bounds. Winslow touched it last. Bulls have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Down low, Valentine. Rebound by the Heat. Whiteside's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Winslow, that time on the assist by Dragic. Dragic has got 4 assists in the game. Chicago's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And Winslow comes to help. Ellington defending. There's the pick off the screen. And it's Whiteside with the rebound. Whiteside's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
How about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp. I think the focus. I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work. But I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
Yeah, and you can't have that. Winning teams may have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page. Right?
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
And Smitty, I heard somewhere that both Larry Bird and Kevin Durant did a lot of wrist strengthening exercises when they were growing up. How important is wrist strength to basketball players, and especially shooters like yourself?
You know, when you're taught the game of shooting a basketball, Kevin, they say get your legs into it. But there's sometimes you are in situations where the only thing you can do is use your arms and your wrists. And you see guys right now from a flat-out standstill position deep behind the three-point line, a la Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. They're just shooting it with all arms and wrists. So it's very important to strengthen your wrists and your arms.
And did you do that? Did you do any of that wrist strengthening when you played, and did you adhere to that?
I did not, Kevin. All I did was do some push-ups.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's Felicio. It's tipped. Grant against Dragic. Lays it up off the glass. Dragic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
To the left wing. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded by Dragic. Valentine shot good. And for the Heat, they're shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Here's Dragic. Down goes basket number 6 for him this game. He's taken 12 shots and made half of them.
Well, the pace, the big plays they're making, this is a statement run right here.
Hard to remember the last time they've missed. These guys are having fun right now.
Here's Felicio. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Dragic against Grant. Markkanen on the double team. Got that one up quick. 14 points for Goran Dragic.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Dragic comes with the double team. Feeds it to Markkanen. Now here's Valentine. Covered by Winslow. Valentine shot good. Valentine's got his second basket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Extended the lead. This has been a great period for him offensively.
Chicago's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Screen by Grant. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. And a look here at the shot chart for Dragic.
Right now, after looking at that chart, you pretty much can just jog down the court if he gets it in the paint. That just time and time again, he's worked his way in close and made a shot over a defender or found another way to convert. Just great stuff coming from him thus far.
He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense from Grant. Lets it go from deep. They get the rebound. Ellington defending. Tries yet again. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
I mean, you can see it. He's way out of sync. It's been this way all quarter for him.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
And now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Grant. His last 10 games, he's getting around 8 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles, carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Heat shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively.
And, you know, normally when you look at a guy like Whiteside with the field goal percentage and all, you'd think it's all about dunks. But I tell you what, he's improved his entire repertoire of scoring options near the rim. And now he's even showing that he can step out and knock down that little face-up 15-footer.
Rough start to this game. Hits 1 bucket in the first and nothing here in the second.
And stolen by Richardson. And here's the fast break. Winslow's leading the way.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Markkanen sets the pick for Grant. Five on the clock. Poked away. Stolen by Winslow. For the finish. And the dunk by Winslow.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit.
Now, here's Grant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Bulls moving the ball around. Holiday, a screen on Winslow. 6 on the shot clock. Lopez sets a screen for Valentine. Shot to stop the drought, and it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got 8 points.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Count it, good.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Now, here's Grant. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Lopez a screen. Back to Grant from deep. He can't get that one to fall. And it's Miami the other way.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
Whiteside, good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The Bulls shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. Markkanen pulls it in. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Now, here is Holiday, following the miss by Hassan Whiteside. No good from Grant.
He's just gone stone cold this period, and it's bringing the rest of the team down.
So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And, you know, last season, it seemed like it was a strong return to form for Goran Dragic, who was able to be more ball dominant when he was on the floor. And that style seems to work to his advantage, and he just seemed more comfortable in his role with this team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Dragic. And Greg, with Dragic and his statistical resurgence for several seasons, he had been sharing playmaking duties with guys like Wade and Bledsoe.
And as great as those players are, Dragic is best when he's the lead guard. Seems to be best paired with a shooter. A player's mentality can change when he is or isn't the primary ball handler, and that's been the case with Dragic. Yeah, a nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Dunn dishes to Lopez, and it's blocked.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
And the shot goes in. Johnson's got 6.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
Lopez kicks to Holiday. Stolen by Waiters. And here come the Heat again. Miami with the fast break. Here's Richardson. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. 6 points for him.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
Dunn passes to Markkanen. A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. And the Bulls with another miss.
And we haven't seen them get to the line.
Oh!
Woohoo! Woohoo! That is not possible. What we just is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. Now, here's Dunn. He feeds it to Lopez. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Holiday with another miss. Holiday's gotten only one of his threes to drop for him. He's got 5 attempts. They get it back. Waiters. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
Goran Dragic firing on all cylinders for Miami. What an amazing quarter. There was absolutely no stopping him. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. James, you came out and you were really productive. In fact, the whole bench was productive.
Yeah, of course. You know, that's what the second unit's for. We go hard in practice. We know we can play with the best of them. And we just want to give our first guys, the first group, a lift.
You certainly did, James. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Goran Dragic has been the story in this one. He ended up with 22 points, 5 assists, and also 3 steals. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
The first thing to say is, what's up with the turnovers? Jeez. You can live with some missed shots and stuff like that, but you can't keep turning the ball over. It's crushing for a team. It just saps all your confidence when you play a half like that, Ernie. Ugh.
That's it for halftime. Glad you could join us, as now we send you back to the action for the start of the third quarter.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You know, Goran Dragic has been exceptional here, guys.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Then there's Dunn. Then there's Valentine. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Count the basket.
Hey, look, you got to keep Markkanen out of the paint. He's just too big on that block and imposes his will.
Wasted no time on that one. Richardson's got 9.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Knocked loose. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And let's take this opportunity to show you the most productive rookie rebounders of the last 10 games. Lauri Markkanen, 3rd.
He's brought that physicality. I mean, given a chance to contribute, he's shown that he can battle inside with the best of them.
And it's Dragic off the drive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. So often in the NBA, we see Smitty, a new backcourt tandem, take some time to get used to each other and how they play and where they like to catch it, where they like to shoot it. And as a former guard, just how difficult is that chemistry to gather in, to get that backcourt mate that you trust and know so much about?
It is difficult. And then when you find that guy that you vibe with, I think the guy for me starting off was Mookie Blaylock. Getting a chance to have him be my point guard, we just knew each other. You have signals kind of where you just to each other and you understand eye contact, and that's when the chemistry is built. And then when one of you guys are traded to another team, finding that chemistry again is totally hard. The 2 guys I had the best chemistry with, Brian Shaw and Mookie Blaylock.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Now here's Valentine. Out of bounds, Miami takes possession.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Dragic. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. Averaging 17 points per game, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load and clearly is successful at it.
Now here is Holiday. After the miss from Goran Dragic, they set the pick. Lopez a screen. And the Bulls get it back. The shot by Holiday, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Stolen by Markkanen. Valentine dishes to Holiday. Lopez a screen. Goes up the baseline. Off the left rim and out.
I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Waiters no luck.
Terrible beginning to the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Now here's Valentine. Defense is right there. Markkanen can't get it to go.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Basket good. 12 points for Dion Waiters.
Well, we know he's been confident with the shot. A big reason why they're ahead in this game.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Now, here's Dunn. He's guarded by Waiters. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Dunn's got 6.
And you have to love whenever Dunn squares up from mid-range. His jump shot is just money in the bank.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Showing no mercy. Double-digit lead and still putting it on him.
Here's Dunn. After the made shot from Goran Dragic, Dunn kicks to Markkanen. Lopez a screen. Here's Holiday. Knocks it loose and stolen by Whiteside. And now here's Dragic, the fast break chance. And he misses the fast break layup.
That's one of his shots in his arsenal, but it was terrific rim protection.
It's stolen by Dragic. Here's Richardson, and a slam dunk by Richardson.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
Valentine. Here's Lopez, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong.
Robin Lopez, a solid big man who can clean up the glass and get you some points on the other end.
And Robin Lopez might not have great range now, but, that could change. He says he's working on a 3-point shot, and his logic is that since his twin brother Brook can make threes, it can't be that hard.
Maybe.
1 shot.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Richardson the pass to Ellington. Here's Whiteside, and it's slammed in by Whiteside.
And the defense out of position on that possession, which allowed for him to get that offensive board.
Well said. Yes, he did. You're right, Greg. That's a tremendous jam on the putback.
You know what? When you don't box him out, he will burn you for it. He threw that putback down with the authority.
Lopez kicks to Valentine. Fires from 14. And the Bulls with another miss.
And that's the look this offense is designed to produce.
Always frustrating when you do everything right, yet just can't complete the play.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Here's Dunn. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. Lopez sets a screen for Dunn. Off the pick. It's hauled in by Richardson.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held them back.
Here's Winslow, and the dunk by Winslow.
And, guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Anytime you get an opportunity to show off a little bit, you have to take it.
Now, here's Dunn. He has 6. Here's Felicio. And, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Felicio's got 6.
And Dunn is fantastic at moving the ball around, finding teammates with ease.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Valentine kicks to Felicio. And Whiteside sends it back. And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Now Dunn. Lopez a screen. Down low and stolen by Whiteside. And here again, the Heat in transition. Up the court they go. And the dunk by Winslow.
Nice awareness there, finding the open man down the court on the break.
Chicago's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Dunn kicks to Felicio. Dishes it to Dunn. Ellington defending. It's hauled in by the Heat.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
You know what? It's two competing philosophies. One team playing it close to the vest, the other fast and loose.
And it's good for 2.
That was a great pass once the double team came over. He hit the wide open man perfectly.
Now here's Richardson. He's tightly guarded. Lucky 7 drops in. He's perfect from the floor. 7 for 7. And here is Dunn. He's got 6. Here's Felicio. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Hassan Whiteside.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Bulls have made all of their free throws so far tonight, going 6 for 6.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Bobby Portis is checked in for the Bulls. Grant comes in for Denzel Valentine. Then for the Heat, Adebayo is checked in for Whiteside. Olynyk comes in for Winslow. And James Johnson is subbed in for Josh Richardson. So he gets them both. And Miami shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight. And the shot goes down. Adebayo's got 8 points.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And Chicago has possession. The Heat getting the bucket. There's a good screen. Pass to Portis. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Felicio. The shot off that time. Now the Heat take it the other way.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive. Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Grant kicks to Portis. Done with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And again, no good by Chicago. The pass to Adebayo. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feed. Johnson's got 4 assists in the game.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Now, here's Dunn. 6 points for him. Grant outside. He's guarded by Johnson. Felicio kicks to Dunn. Pass to Portis. It's hauled in by the Heat. Olynyk's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the slam dunk by Johnson.
And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
Shot to stop the run. Sinks the triple. He's got 7.
And there's where, if you get some room, you kind of have to take that shot to keep the defense honest.
Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Olynyk. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Chicago has gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Explosive leaping ability allows him to play the 5, even though he's a little undersized.
Count it. Olynyk's got 4 points this quarter.
And among 7-footers, you know, Olynyk is in the conversation for best ball handlers. He's that good.
Out to the right wing. He's guarded by Johnson. There's Portis. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide-open look.
Bulls have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. Justin Holiday's checked in for Chicago. And Miami also making a switch. Waiters is checked in.
One shot.
Free throw good, Portis.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Johnson dishes to Olynyk, and the dunk by Olynyk.
And he is pouring it on here offensively. Olynyk looks to be warmed up.
Bulls shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. And it's Grant in the corner. Off target from three-point range. The Heat shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The Bulls shooting terribly up to this point, just 30%. Some ramshackle offense play there. There's a good screen. Here's Holiday. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Holiday's got 7 points in the game.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, and Olynyk up and down at the free throw line early in his career, but with his touch, he's bound to become more consistent.
He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Markkanen, he's checked in for Felicio. And so Olynyk nails both of them.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Johnson against Holiday. 1:24 left to play in the third. Now here's Dunn. He's guarded by Waiters. Offensive rebound. 4 seconds left, and the nice bucket inside from Markkanen. Markkanen's got 4 this quarter.
And remember, at 7 feet tall, Markkanen is tough to keep off the boards, solid at tracking down misses on that offensive glass.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Here's Dunn. The Heat getting the bucket and taken away by Johnson. And they're pushing it up. Goes up. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Markkanen's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Holiday with the 3. The rebound by Johnson.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
A nice job of converting, but what really makes this play, the league pass.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. To the middle, Olynyk with the steal. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. From 13, it's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Grant. Good on the 3-point shot. Here's Johnson. With 1 on the clock. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Miami ahead, just dominating this one. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
I like the activity, guys. Active hands, active feet. They do not like it when we take it off the glass.
And obviously the approach Eric Spoelstra wants to see is that aggressive defensive approach and going after the offensive boards.
Yeah, and that persistence really pays off. When these guys are determined, that's when they are at their best.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. On the floor for Miami, Johnson and Waiters are the guard set. Mickey out there with James Johnson, and it's Adebayo in at the 5 spot. Waiters doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Bulls going the other way now. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Felder's shot's good.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Pass to Adebayo. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Felder. He's guarded by Johnson. Felder kicks to Portis. Johnson with the block. Here we go, one-on-one. Johnson down low. Can't get it to fall. For Chicago, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Out to the right wing. Here's Felder. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Here's Mickey. Chicago grabs the miss.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Here's Felder. He's guarded by Johnson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Six to shoot. No good from Felder. He'd have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, once he gets the ball, it's just off to the races.
And you have to like the punctuation at the end of it. Great individual play.
Well, Chicago has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. He's guarded by Waiters. To the inside. Nice shot by Portis.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Delivering these passes in tight quarters, that's tricky.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Passes it to Felder. Here's Zipser. He kicks to Pondexter. Up off the screen. You always hear about a player working extra hard in the offseason when they're approaching free agency, or how much truth is there to the idea, Steve, of a player doing more in a contract year, trying harder?
Well, you're here. I mean, you're here teammates. You're here guys, competitors. You're here us analysts saying, you know when there's a contract year for a lot of guys, and you look at a guy putting in a little bit more effort. I think the guy that you respect the most is when they play the same way all the time, whether it's a contract year or the first year. But a lot of guys do ramp it up and make more shots when it's a contract year.
But that's human nature, don't you think? I mean, if you know there's a prize at the end, the harder you work. If there's a big test at the end of the week, you study harder. I mean, I would just think that's just human nature.
It is, and I think for instance, the teams and general managers, you have to do your homework to understand the type of player that you're paying for a long time.
Here's Mickey. The Bulls knocking down the three and is out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. The Heat making a switch here. Richardson's checked in. Here's Waiters. Makes it off the glass.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Really left alone that time.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
You know, plenty of teams, they try this strategy. Works when you're hot, but works against you when you're not.
Here's Mickey. Adebayo passes to Mickey. The layup missed. Here's Felder. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
How about the concentration? He gets hit but stays with the play and gets the finish.
And across the NBA, we've seen players taking a vocal stance on various social issues. Smitty, you think that's pretty important?
Very important, and I think this generation has done it better than my generation. Obviously speaking out, but yes, they're using their social media tools to come out and talk about important issues. And the one thing you just want to bring light to these issues, and hopefully a lot of people, the more light you bring, the more solutions I think will come about.
Well said. The Heat have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9 for 3. Richardson. Here's Mickey, and he lays it straight in.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's the dish to Pondexter. Clock at 6. Now the pass to Zips. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Dragic with the rebound. The Heat have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Shot from 12. Rebound by Pondexter. Chicago has gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. And stolen by Richardson. And it's the Heat on the break. Here's Dragic. Banked in off the glass. Dragic has got 28.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
The reason why a number of guys on this roster, they are built for speed. Why not play to your strengths?
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Number 15. At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
Two shots.
And the first one drops. Chicago making a switch here. Alicios checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Shooting for Miami, Whiteside. 2 shots.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Dragic. Both shots good from the stripe. Bulls have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Hits the three-point bomb.
I'll tell you, he is scorching the nets this quarter. Maybe that'll help wake up some of his teammates.
Pass to Mickey. The baseline jumper goes down. The Bulls have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. And there's the feed to Pondexter. Ellington defending with the teardrop, and he sinks the layup.
Really smoking the nets now after a difficult time shooting in the first half.
Here's Dragic. The rebound by Zipser. Here's Pondexter. Richardson covering. Another three for Chicago.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Chicago called for the foul.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
No good on the free throw. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Jordan Mickey. Good on the second free throw.
Boy, is he really getting after it here in the second half, just drawing a ton of fouls.
Tipped away. To the wing right side. Here's Zipser. No good with the triple. These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Dragic has got the ball. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Adebayo's got 16 points here in the second half. The Bulls shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Dragic comes with the double team. Here's Felicio. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
That was a great pass once the double team came over. He hit the wide open man perfectly.
There's Dragic with the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Dragic has got 10 points in the quarter.
Not sure who was supposed to close out on him. Huge defensive breakdown.
And this has been a running theme. Guys out of position, failing to contest. Just look at the scoreboard.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Chicago. Ellington defending. There's the screen. Off target with his 3. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Attacking the defense with the pass. Love the unselfishness.
Out to the wing. There's the triple. Rebound by the Heat. Olynyk got 6 rebounds here tonight. The shot's good from Ellington.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Off the iron that time.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
to halt the run. Nice shot by Portis.
And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. From 13, it's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Olynyk, and it's Chicago with the rebound. Portis has got 8 rebounds in this game. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Olynyk. Chicago making a switch here. Grant's checked in. Here's Portis. Connects in the foul line jumper. Portis has got 7 points for the quarter. Here's Dragic. Lays it up and banks it in.
Is it any surprise that he's been hitting everything out there? You want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Grant against Dragic. Trying his luck deep. Felicio. Great positioning on the putback.
Love the determination he showed there, getting himself into good position under the glass.
With the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to come down. Well timed.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
And the serious dunk to finish it off.
Oh my, did he ever flush that one hard?
Making a big-time statement. And for the Bulls, they're shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field. And it's Dragic with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. .127 left here in the fourth quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Heat.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Goran Dragic.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Dragic has got 40 points.
And just staying aggressive, continuing to extend that lead.
They left nothing to chance. This is how you close out.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
So it's Miami now. The Bulls knocking down the 3. Richardson no luck. Pondexter kicks to Grant. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Now a timeout called by Miami.
Start it.
They lead. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know, I'm not sure why you call a timeout this late. I mean, the game is more or less over.
I'm not questioning that either, but he clearly hasn't given up on this one quite yet.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan Player of the Game.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Here's Johnson to the paint. Here's Olynyk. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
And really, the improvement as a finisher is noticeable for Kelly Olynyk.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Goran, what has been the key to the success of this team lately and the key tonight?
In the last two games, everybody is playing for each other. You know, we're sharing the ball, we are active in defense, and we run. I think so. Last two games, that was the key. Everybody was involved, everybody was shooting the ball well, and here's the result.
Yeah, everything's working really well for you right now. Thanks for the time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.